I pray wherever I go, pray for three. Mane padme hum is to good for everyone. Hum banza Guru Pema Siddhi hum is the Guru Padma Sambhava, his mantra to self-protection. Tare ture soha means is the mantra of Tara, to not to come obstacles in your route. That was my plan. If I can't do it, I come back. It's okay.
How you keep yourself not to get AMS?
Throughout the year, maybe I climb 12 to 13 peaks in a year, sometimes 15, 16. I make sure before that I check my P, whether it's yellow or it's clean. This in mountain is not never like chalega. It never chalega. If you pay respect, then it will also respect you. Anything can happen anytime. So you have to prepare for that, all the time. It's not bad time, but sometimes bad luck happens, You never know when the window will open.
The top of the world, Mount Everest, the ultimate destination for every aspiring mountaineer. I lived, dreamed, and breathed the vision of seeing her up close. And the day when I stood atop Kalapathar gazing at this magnificent Sagarmatha, I knew there was a calling. If I ever climbed this mountain, I decided I would do it with an oxygen mask. That has been my pursuit ever since. But that is the story for another day. Today, I am privileged to host the man who penned the first chapter of More to Summits in Indian history. An indomitable and resilient athlete from Ladakh, and the first Indian civilian to climb Mount Everest without supplemental oxygen. Not only that, he remains the only Indian to scale 3 peaks above the death zone without an oxygen mask, cementing his place in the annals of Indian mountaineering. With over 30 summits to his name and more than 2 decades of experience scaling the highest peaks of the world, he is one of India's most accomplished and revered mountaineers. With a lot of respect and admiration, I welcome my guest on Stories with Venky today. He is none other than the legendary Skalzang Rigzin.
I will tell one of my experience in Ladakh.
Right. Okay.
First time when I came, I want to go to Markha Valley. And this guy from Leh Mal Road to Lhotse, you have to take a vehicle. That time I don't know. Yeah. It's 10 years ago, something like that.
Right. Okay.
I have no idea about otherwise I would easily walk 14 or 15 kilometers. That guy charged 1,500 rupees for 15 kilometers till Lhotse. That was a pretty bad experience. But anyway, it's the first time it happens. And I also traveled with very less money at that time.
Yes, sure.
So, and then the second experience is from there climbing up to Gandala. It's like around 2,900 meters. I was not prepared. Every 10 steps I was sitting, and then top. I went to the top, and then there was this wolf howling, that ow sound, wolf. I was alone, and then there was a dead horse. So I ran towards Shingo.
Oh, okay.
I got injuries everywhere. But when I sat on top of Gandala and then looked this red color mountains around, it was
it's beautiful there.
Yeah. And then second time I came in 2023 on my cycle, going from Leh to Tanglangla. Up to Lato is fine. Okay, it's easy. From Lato to Rumse, little elevation. From Rumse, it's Tanglangla is above 5,000 meters. It is like completely up and up and up. And then that day, bad luck. It's snowing from Rumse, and my battery dead after 5-7 kilometers to Rumse. My GoPro dead. I don't have a photograph of Tanglangla with my cycle. And trust me, there was nobody, nothing. Going up to Tanglangla was okay. See, we go up, your body it's warm. From Tanglangla, it is 20 kilometers down. Going down, my fingers are frozen, fully wet. And then when I went to Devring, this was my experience. But when after crossing more plains, we are very it's so significant life that we have. We are nothing in front of those big mountains.
No. Mountains are mountains. No matter front of the mountains, we are just like insect,
So with after that experience, and then the way I was treated on Bodhgarbo, and I want to learn more about Ladakh, more about the geography, cultural stuff, and how is the life of a Ladakhi in a day.
As you say, Ladakh is the big region. It has 2 districts as well at the moment, but in another, I don't know, in future there'll be 7 districts. So Zanskar will be district, Nubra will be district, Chumatang will be district. So there will be more. Sham will be district, the western part of Ladakh. So there'll be more districts coming in the future. But at the moment, there are two districts. Um, Leh is mostly Buddhist people here, about 75% Buddhist here, and then 25% Muslim. But they also, we do have some Christianity as well. That's very small. Okay, so and also we do have Hindus as well who've been staying here for like, in some years, and also in Kargil is opposite. So about 70% Muslim there. Many years back, we used to have some problem, but not anymore. We live in harmony here. The main source of income for us is from farming and tourism as well. Tourism is a big source of income for us. But before the tourism came in 1970s, it was only farming, and we used to be a self-sufficient kind of people. And yeah, I mean, people like us in busy season, we in the mountains most of the time, out of 4 or 5 months, we are like about 4 months in the mountains, in the season. From our season starts from May, sort of. Trekking starts from June, the end of May, June, but the sightseeing, because the many tourists we get in April, May, March, April sometimes as well, because of the school holidays. And as we have short season for farming as well. Okay, so in the western part of Ladakh, the lower we call Dahanu, there we have two seasons like growing vegetables. But in Leh and upper, like the eastern part of Ladakh, there's only one season there for growing vegetables or whatever. Mostly here we grow barley. Barley is the main crop here, and then we make champa, which is we call satu in Hindi. So this is like main, kind of food for us in all this. But now, as we all know, that there's like many, rice, this, many that people tend to eat a little bit more kind of less traditional, more kind of Indian food here, rice and dal and all these things as well. It's a beautiful place, and it's quite high as well. 3,500 meters is the height of Leh. So anything you start to do, any trekking, any mountaineering, any biking, any activities, adventure activities you do, you go above that. And it's nice. The weather is very nice here at the moment. In October, November, it's quite nice after the summer, and it's evening and morning is very cold here at the moment. And today at my place also, it was a little frozen as well. We had some water in the bucket, it was frozen, so slowly it's getting cold. But personally, I like cold. And also for different reasons. One thing is I feel more active.
So you live in Leh or you live in surrounding village, nearby village? You
uh,
live.
I live about 4 kilometers down south, place called Choglamsar. I live near the ITBP. There's their station there. Near there, I live, and I actually my parents, they came from village when I was very little, so I did my studies here in place called Housing Colony. I studied in a government school there up to class seventh. Seventh pass and eighth. Then I left school. So, but yeah, so I live in Choglamsar. Yeah.
Most the big people, Kamal Hassan is a seventh class dropout. you know, he's a
Yeah.
legend. So people
Yeah.
who are seventh class dropouts are really legends.
Well, as you say so, but yeah.
In Ladakh, the names are like Stanzin, Tenzin, Rigzin. But you said when I spoke to you about your name, you said Skalzang is my name. Rigzin is, I think it's a surname, right?
See, here in Ladakh, we don't have surname. We have a house name, which we don't use even on the documents, important documents of passport, like all this. We just use the name that it was given by the High Lama. Ringboche we call. So when I was very little, my parents have probably taken me to the Lama, High Lama Ringboche, and then he suggests the name. Then that's my name. So it has meaning. Skalzang is Skalwa means something to do with pass. Rigzin means a little bit about like knowledge kind of thing as well. So past knowledge or something like this means that. Okay, so but yeah, my name is Skalzang Rigzin, and mostly people call me Rigzin only. Even my parents, my friends, everybody call me Rigzin only. But Skalzang can be a female name as well, but it won't be Skalzang Rigzin. Skalzang Rigzin is male name. It can be Skalzang Dolma. Okay, so Rigzin also can be a female name as well. Rigzin Dolkar, Rigzin Angmo. So these are all female names. So yeah. It's been in Ladakh, growing here is beautiful as well because we also, as we were talking earlier about about Ladakh and all this, Nubra Valley is known for something else. We have the big mountains there, Karakoram, and then Changthang is also known. The eastern part of Ladakh is nomad, land of nomads. Changpa means basically nomad. Changthang means plateau, big ground, open places means so it's their place. And Sham is like the western part of Ladakh, known for producing apricots, apple, and all these fruits. And then Zanskar is known for butter, and churpe, dry cheese, and all this. So it says, yeah, and it's actually the size wise is same as size as England. The population together, Leh and Kargil, we are about 3 lakh. So it's a small, but in terms of land, we have a big land, and most of them are like just abandoned, not abandoned, but it means empty, kind of, yeah. So it's all just mountains and valleys there. So yeah, yeah,
Winter life in Ladakh, and then food.
right,
So
yeah,
they have dry fruits, like you make apple
yeah,
powder, then
yeah,
mix with
yeah,
millet powder,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
mix with
yeah.
and then eat.
See, yeah, I mean, 15 years back, it used to be very different. The road connection wasn't that good. It's like now, and the passes were, the Taglangla, which is connects Leh to Manali, and of course Baralacha and all this, and then from here, Dujila, that's connects to Srinagar. In 15, 20 years back, there used to be after October, the because of the heavy snowfalls, the roads get blocked, and that means the end of the season, so there be no fresh vegetables or anything coming in. So what we used to do at that time is like whatever we grow, even the tomatoes, cauliflower, cabbage, carrot, radish, turnip, and all these things, and spinach, and all these things as well, we used to dry them. And eat them in the winter. So that's why, even the houses, now we start to use cement and concrete and all these things. Before it's all mud bricks. It wasn't raining so much like that that we get now. But it used to be very different weather or weather pattern, and all these things used to be very different. But now people start to use more concrete, as we do have as we are having more rains, and so. But yeah, it used to be very different. And when I was a student, long time back, we used to go to the Shanti Stupa. So we used to look down, and just beautiful. There are one or two houses, and it's all fields, trees everywhere. Now you go up and look down, is hotels, hotels, hotel. Everything is very different. We are the people. Our generation, like people, are the people who have seen when we had not very much. Now we are having much, and what kind of what will be in the future, kind of. We have seen the past, present, what will be, kind of, just so our generation have seen actually Ladakh changing, many things happening, and all this.
Yeah, from Shanti Stupa now it is like a big city.
Yeah, it's you
So many
go up
buildings.
and you look down, it's crazy there. You know, Ladakh means, the meaning of Ladakh means, La means pass. Daks means, you know, the land with many passes. Ladakh.
The land of passes, high passes.
Yeah, land of high passes. That's what it means, Ladakh, owner of the passes. In old days, there when we had no roads and all this, it was the only over the pass down to next village. And we have a very unique culture as well. It's nothing, you know, there's no culture like that we have. Even you go to north, you know, north of like Ladakh, they have a different, slightly different culture there. In the western part, Dahanu and all these, you know, there is different, you know, and Changtang, the nomad people. So, you know, we have a very unique culture here that doesn't match anywhere in the world.
Which language is their normal common tongue? What is the local language? Speak
Oh, it's
Ladakhi.
called Ladakhi, and it's quite similar to Tibetan. Yes, our first king came from, you know, from Tibet, western part of Tibet. So we also have the Buddhism, Tibetan Buddhism that we follow here as well. So it's quite similar to Tibetan. Little difference in Ladakh itself in the language. If you Zanskar people, they speak slightly different, and Dahanu they speak very different, very different. It's difficult for us to understand. Okay, so have they have a very their own language as well on the top of Ladakhi. Okay, so Nubra they speak again slightly different. Changtang they speak more Tibetan, and
Mm.
then of course Ladakhi mix as well there. Okay, so it's more kind of yeah, it's called Ladakhi, and similar to Tibetan. And first word that we say is Jule. Jule means good morning, good evening, good afternoon, bye, see you. Everything is Jule. So one word to learn is Jule. So sometimes if I speak with my friend, I say Jua, Jua. Why is like more kind of friend, you know, but lays only when I speak to some like bit older than me. It's a kind of respect. Okay, so anything that comes with lay is to respecting someone.
And then winters, what is the temperature in winters?
Yes. I mean, this year, I don't know, it was so hot, especially in August. There was a day we had 48, 49 degrees Celsius. That never ever happens here. But people say it was a you know, heat waves or something like that. People say, but I don't know. It was the one of the hottest day that few days that I have experienced in my life. You know, so but you know, in when I was younger, we used to have lots of snowfall here. Temperature may be minus 20 to 25 degrees Celsius in Leh only. Okay, so there. And now we do get snow, but not as much as we used to. Okay, now maybe we get snow for one day, but it stays on like one day on the ground, and then next day snow is all gone. Okay, so I mean, yeah, things weather is definitely changing, and we start to have more rains here, and so and also in old days we used to have very less plantation trees. Now we do lots of plantation as well, so maybe it's, I don't know, it's different, you know, maybe that's also impacting as well, but I don't know, but it is different, yes, that's for sure. Now we get minus the temperature also, maybe some days we do get this goes below minus 20, but yes, it's used to be much colder than much colder in past, you know, 15 years ago, something 20 years ago. So when I was like when we were younger, long time back, as I said, 20 years ago, 20, you know, much younger, when school time, even you know we used to skating. Skating is basically we used to make this, you know, these boxes that ammunition, where the army keep their ammunition. We used to go there, get these boxes lit, and we used to make them skating like skate, and we used to skate, you know, in Leh down to Choglamsar from our place, from housing colony, and those it used to be very different.
Those days must be very enjoy. Matlab,
Oh,
very good. They were very good. I think so.
yeah. That's those days were the best days. Even though in those days we didn't have enough like what we have now to buy whatever we want, kind of, you know. But we had the best time. You know, we had 2 rupees. That's enough.
Yeah.
2 rupees, 5 rupees is like two. Just remembering those days were the best days. You know, just now the kids don't do things that we used to do. So they come back from school on mobile. Yes, not much playing outside. In when we were younger, there used to be 1 or 2 cars coming. We used to play on the main highway cricket and
Mm.
waiting. No bus is coming. 1 hour later, one bus coming or something. 45 minutes later. So now, unfortunately, there's a risk as well. There's more traffic, and there's a road everywhere. In every gully, there's a cars coming in, and so even they want to go and play outside. There's a less land. People build houses everywhere.
Yeah, that's what the side effects of progress,
Progress. That's true.
Yeah,
Very true.
we can't
Very true.
stop progress and then we can't stop this one. So we have to
No,
somehow
no
balance this one and then
balance.
understand how to live further.
Sure, sure. And also think, just remembering, just think pass. That makes now people are all, depression. That never I heard that, name or this disease or illness. When I remember when we were younger, there was no sugar. Diabetes was not there. Of course, um, older people used to have high blood pressure because of the salty everything. We keep our body warm because we drink lots used to drink lots of butter tea. So one thing was very common was this high blood pressure, and then no sugar, diabetes, no depression, no nothing. These are the two major things that we are seeing now.
Okay, let's talk about the mountaineering part.
Right.
I am fascinated about climbing, but there are these dream about climbing 8,000 meters without oxygen. Primary reason when I went to Manas, when I spoke to this my mentor, Mr. Temba
Right.
Bote, Dada,
Right.
I
Okay.
cannot take oxygen because it costs 2 lakh rupees extra. I don't have that kind of money, and
Right.
also that was a struggle. But when I stepped on 8,000 meters, there is a satisfaction. It's
Yeah.
not a competition. It is about testing yourself, finding your inner strength,
Yeah.
both body and
Yeah.
mind.
Exactly.
When I heard about you doing Everest without oxygen, that has actually that gave me goosebumps. And then somebody from India who actually proved it is possible. Just just tell me about your mountaineering journey from how
um
you started as a young kid.
being born here and playing my childhood on, like, with friends here. So I mean that's what uh made my lungs a little bigger. I don't know. It's similar to Sherpas as well. I can't say bigger, but similar to Sherpas, they what they're capable of. But yeah, I mean, as I said, I wasn't a very good student in school and all this. So I left school when I got passed from 6th to 7th grade. And 7th I studied for, I don't know, a couple of months. Then I left. And my head teacher at that time in housing colony school, she was very helpful, and she knew few of us we won't be good in school studying further. So see, her uncle was the one of the army this colonel. They were like recruitment going on. So she asked me, Rigzin, do you want to join army? As in all this, it was the only army is like like I want to join army because of fight and all this, and the army being the
Guns.
toughest, and yeah, guns and being the toughest, and the like stand in voice and everything kind of not scary, good, like want to be fighter kind of thing. So I said, yeah, 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 I love to join. So she probably spoke with her uncle, and two of us were sent, me and another friend called Singhe. So two of us were sent from the school. So I spoke my father, my mother was in the village. So I said to my father, I want to go Srinagar. We had to go to Srinagar to join the army. So we went. I got some money from my father, and that's a big story as well. I mean, that time I went in the truck. They we used to. It was before winter, so these trucks were bringing woods for fire, dead woods for fire. So I was there. I spoke, me and Singh and another this guy. He was not from our school, but he was also going to join army. He was from Dahanu region, Dahanu area. So we went, and I was a bit late because my father was working in the hospital at that time, Sonam Nurbu Memorial, this hospital, SNM, and he came very late. So I got money bit late. So I went, walk from housing colony to the this polo ground. That was the place where the trucks all were stopping there, parking there. So I went, and the time that we decided to meet at that place, it was as I was late. There were no other two guys. It was myself only. So I went and look around. And they were not there. And I thought, like, as I said to my school friends at that time, oh, I'm going to Srinagar, this, like 13, 14 years old, 14, 15 years old, and was just sharing with my friends, like, I'm just going and join army and all this kind of. So, and as I don't find them there, so I just looked and looked and I don't find them at all. So I said, like, if I go back to school, I'd be kind of, embarrassed, or, because I said too much to my friends. So I just went to this depot, and there was one truck unloading. And I asked this gentleman, the driver, Uncle, can you take me to Srinagar? He said, where Srinagar? I don't know, but Srinagar. So why you're going? No, I have some work, because that time the situation in Kashmir was not good, terrorists and all this. That's why I didn't say I'm going there to join army. So we went. I just went in this truck. In the roof, there's dala. We call some, on the roof. So I stayed there, and they gave me food as well. And Sonomark, there all one-way system was there. The traffic system that time. The day my truck got there, we are not allowed to continue further. So we stopped. And then I was walking, and I saw my two other friends as well, like, in a distance. So it was happy kind of time. Then I met them and all these things. But when we got there, and we had to change, as we are Buddhists, we had to change our name. We thought, if we use Buddhist name, maybe it's, I don't know, dangerous. We are young. So we thought, like, just say our names, Muslim names or something, just to, yeah. So we went there, and one of my friend, he was okay. The guy who was not part of our school, Singhe and myself, I was too young, and I had to. There was the age limit was 16 or something like this. Okay, so I was young, a bit young then, to get 16, a couple of months. And so the colonel said, in the next recruitment, then you come again. So that time, there'll be no problem, so you can join that time. So, and we went to make a phone call. So we went to make a phone call. That time there was no mobile phone, it was all landline, STD, the booth, that, I went, and this guy, the owner, asked us, why you guys are here? He seems nice guy. So we said, like, we came here to join army, but two of us, I'm young, yeah, I'm 2 months young for the join the army. So we actually went there to call our family to, send us some money. And this guy said, like, oh, there's a job, so if you want to do, and my friend owns a company there in Delhi, so if you want to work, go there, then we pay you some in advance. I said, okay. I said, okay, I go. And that time, only in the television, we used to see Delhi and all this. I thought, like, it'd be a nice place. So I sent my stuff
Yeah.
back with my other friend, who was also, who couldn't join as well because of some other reasons. So I sent my stuff with my sleeping bag and all this with my friend, and then I went to Delhi, and I worked there for 1 year or something in a company called Shah Travels. Kashmiri guy, he owned this company, and so I worked there. Then after 1 year later, I came back to Leh, and there was one of my good friend was, like, going on a trek as a helper. And I said, he said, oh, where are you going? He said, I'm going trekking. What is mean trekking? Oh, we get that time only Westerners used to get here. Okay, I go with some foreigners. Angres means Western people. So I go with some Angrespa, and you get daily whatever the money you get, but then also you get money at the end. So it was kind of tip, they used to get. So that's how all things started. So he said, which company you're going through? He said, like, I'm going through Rimo. It used to be one of the, was still one, it's one of the biggest adventure company in Ladakh. It was for, long time in India. Used to organize these big expeditions in the eastern Karakoram. So yeah, I went and there and asked for the job. And so the manager said, "Oh, you'll be going in 3 days. Go to the store. This is the cook, and just tell him that I send you, and he'll tell you what to do." Okay, so he will tell you what to do. Just do whatever he says. I said, okay. So I went there, and I forgot the cook name now, but yeah, this is long time back in 1997 or something like 1996 or 7, something like that. So I just uh, told him there's this. He said to fill up kerosene and all this. Next day, I wasn't. When I went, one day before we leave for the trek, and this guy manager said, "Oh, you changed now. You be going after a few days." I said, no, why? I did all the work, whatever the cook told me. And the, boss, the owner, company owner was there. And so he asked me, what happened? Nono. Nono means someone younger than me. I call Nono, you know.
Chotu.
So, Chutu, yeah, yeah. What happened? No. So I said, Ka's like older brother. It's kind of paying respect, Ka, yeah. And so I told him this. He told me to go on this date, but now he's saying after a few days you'll be going. His and boss said then, no. Durba was his name, the manager from Nepal. Please let him go with this group only. So as I was quite a hardworking guy, so I worked quite a lot in the kitchen, writing whatever, washing dishes and whatever the cook told me to do and all these things. And yeah, so that's how I got into this. And I did quite a, I was hardworking and there was a good feedback. And one day my boss, he told me, come and see me at there's a hotel called Kanglachan, and I may send you as a guide with one couple from Netherlands. So he asked me, and I went in the I don't know in the evening, and he said, "Do you speak English?" I said, "Yeah, I speak little bit, not very much, but a little bit I can speak." And I was quite good in English in the school. I was not good in everything, but in English I was quite good. So he told me to translate few things, few words in English from Ladakhi, as he was saying. So he said, "Tomorrow we go there." Say in English. So I said, tomorrow we go there. And it was just, he was trying, he wanted to understand whether I be capable of, giving briefing to my clients about next day and all this. So I said whatever he told me to do, and he felt, I think, happy and satisfied to send me as a guide. So, and he said, okay, so tomorrow, day after tomorrow, you'll be going with this couple. The couple, they were speaking so much, I like so much. I knew few only just basic things, and they were talking so much. I used to think like, in my mind, yeah, laughing is the best thing when you don't understand anything. If you have no answer for it, it's like laugh like laughing, then you used to say nothing. So I used to, whatever, if there's, if I don't understand anything, I used to laugh. And then after saying yes to so many things, then I used to think like, oh, I said too much yes, now I should say no, all these things. So that's how. And then after that, I used to, from them also, I got some good feedback. They also suggest the company to send me for English course. He's a very hardworking. So then I used to write down 3 words every day from dictionary. There used to be a dictionary of Ladakhi English, and that's how I start to learn English. Every day when I was walking, I used to write down 3 words and try to memorize, just remember those 3 words. And I used to listen whenever the clients are talking themselves, used to listen very carefully what they're saying. If I don't understand any specific word from their conversation, I used to come back to my tent and look in the dictionary, and then try to understand the whole sentence what they were talking about and all this. That's how I started learning English. And then I did my basic course, this thing, from British School of Language course, sorry. And then I did my slowly got into mountaineering. Then I started with 2 people guiding, 3 people, 4 people, more and more, more and more. And then I started to do my study. I did my basic course in 2002. Okay, so yeah, long back. And then 1 year later I did my advanced course, and then I got more into mountaineering than actually trekking, guiding. So I used to work for some English company as a guide, like KE, Mountain Kingdom, Jacket Globe. Uh, these are like
Everest
English
Massive is
companies.
also there, no? Everest
Yes,
Massive.
yes, I was also part of that as well. So that's how my journey started as a mountain guide into the mountaineering field. And uh, and then yeah, so then I did more and more some peaks in the Eastern Karakoram, Rimo 3, Saser Kangri, some other
Sasir
peaks as
Kangri.
well. Yeah,
You
Saser
climbed Sasir
4.
Kangri.
No, unfortunately, we couldn't get to the summit, but we had to turn back from summit came a bit further because the weather got very bad. It was an Indo-French expedition. So I
That side,
was
no,
kind of,
Sasir Kangri comes in Nubra River and then
mm,
further towards Panamik.
yeah. There's 2 ways to
And then there
get
is this
there.
Sasirla range and then
Yeah,
Depsang
yeah,
Plains,
yeah,
Lhotse
yeah,
Nala,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
Momonsang
Gyapshan,
Kangri,
Mamostong Kangri, yeah.
Momonsang
Yeah.
Kangri.
Yeah, Mamostong. So I mean, I've done few peaks there. And then I also worked for Indian Air Force. We did 7 unclimbed peaks in 2013 in the Eastern Karakoram again in the Rongdo Valley. And then 2014 also I was with the Indian Air Force. We did some more unclimbed peaks in there. And then leading trekking groups, like to Stock Kangri, Mentok Kangri, and then Kangayatse 1, 2, and then like there's some other more 6,000-meter peaks in the Nubra Valley, Palzompiu in Hunderdok Valley. So quite a lot. And then, all these. Then when after the pandemic, uh, I used to, till that year, I used to work for Rimo as a full-time guide, so permanent mountain guide for them. So I worked for them about 23, 24, for 24 years. I worked for Rimo Expedition. Then one day I got message from Bharat for some trip, UT Kangri. He's, I don't know, some who gave my number, but he called me and asked me for some itinerary and cost and all this. So then we did the first trip. It was, I think, I don't know, before that they used to do very little trips here, organized trips. But
Boots and
then Boots and Crampon, yes. And then I got a message from him, and then so from that year onwards, 2019, I think. And then yeah, then I owe more 8,000-meter mountains because of Bharat only as well. And after leading few groups here and leading also this Noon Peak, Kun, and all this. Then in 2022, in the winter, Bharat asked me, Rigzin, do you like to do any 8,000-meter mountain? He said, yeah, I love to if I get a chance and all this. So he said, okay, I be having a group in, season March, February, March next year. If you're interested, I can pay for your fees, the mountain fees and for the company, but you have to take care of your transport and everything, and you be one of the extra sherpa for us. I said okay, but I never plan to do any 1,000-meter mount in my life, and but yeah, I mean, that's how it's all started. And we got to base camp I never planned without doing any, without oxygen and all this. So, but there was one guy from Italy, and there were people talking about him. He had done 8,000-meter mountains without oxygen in alpine style, not Sherpa help or anything. So, and he also Bharat said, "Oh, Rigzin, maybe you should also try. As you are from Ladakh and you're in the mountains all the time. I think you should be okay." I said, "Okay, maybe." Then I thought, like, yeah, I should give it a go, kind of. So it went well, but Annapurna was one of the hardest mountain that I ever done in my life, and I don't know whether I will see more difficult than that, but it was the most in my whole life since I started to work, got into this field, because of different reasons as well, because it was very long approach from base camp to the, sorry, not base camp, from the summit camp. We left about 10 o'clock in the night, and we got to the top next day 2:15, I think we got. So it's like, and I was also carrying
From
three oxygen.
24 hours, more than 24 hours.
Yes. So 20 plus 4, yeah,
10
28
o'clock,
hours or something.
10, 24
Yeah,
plus more than 28 hours.
yes,
Oh.
something like that. Yeah, and I was, as I had a word with Bharat, I'd be kind of extra Sherpa for them, and our Sherpas, one of them had some problem. I think leg got blister or something. He had to turn back, go back, and then two guys had to go with the fixing team to open the route. It's not like Everest, there you
See,
have two, three
above some 7,000 meters or 6,000 meters, everything changes. Now, there is
change.
nothing goes
Yeah,
according to
yeah.
plan, right?
No, nothing goes as you planned. Everything is, very different there. So, I mean, yeah. So then, as I promised to Bharat that I'd be extra Sherpa, so we had to send some Sherpas had to, head of us to fix the robe and all this. So I was with the group and managing, organizing, helping with the other Sherpas, load faring and doing all the carrying ropes and food and everything anyway, helping with also some fixing and all these things as well. So, and the summit day, as I said, it was tough, and yes, I was carrying three oxygens for them. I was without, but I was carrying three oxygens for them. There was Baljit was there also, Bharat was there, Palkesh was there, Satya was also there. He had to turn back, some reason. Yeah, so many things, many good people were there, good climbers were there. But then after getting to the top, about 2:15, while coming down, after about 1 hour later, it got we had a strong wind there. The visibility was very poor. We were unable to see each other, even though we are on the fixed line. And then after 1 hour, there was a distance of, I think, 1 kilometer or something. There was no fixed line. It was good, it's not very steep, but then if you fall from there, I don't know where you're gonna go. But it was just a dome kind of thing. It's the slope wasn't there much there, maybe 25 or 30 or something like this. So there was no fixed line, and the weather got very bad, visibility wasn't there, and then we got lost from the trek. And then every step we are walking in or walking on, if you look back, it's all disappearing because of the wind. It's just all the steps we are filling up by this wind. And yeah, so after then we got lost, and the wind was there. We got stuck or lost for 4 hours or something like this. Okay, so there then there was this guy as well, this Italian guy, and that was Tim, two foreigners. They were saying like, "Oh, we should go there." I said, "No, nobody, no, no one will go on. We have to stay here because I know we are not very far from the trek." But I remember there was one lady who submitted later than us, when we were coming down, she was going up. I remember that she's there. Okay, I said the last people will be coming. We have to just watch for their headlights. I mean, then head torches, and then we get some idea where we are, where are they also coming towards us, or and all these things. So I just told them that, but we have to keep moving, doing something, not just sitting, because otherwise we all die, frostbite and all this, there's hypothermia and stuff. And so we were just keep moving, and just yeah, so stepping, and yeah, march past kind of thing. It's just moving, like, just to keep your body warm and all this. Later on, luckily, we saw light in a distance. Weather also got little better, that's why we managed to see the light. And then I said, there was a Sherpa Urgen from Darjeeling. He's a very good climber as well, very good technical climber. I told him, Urgen, उधर जाके देख लो तो यार वो उता गहरा हेरो ना के है ना, ऐसे ऐसे बोला. So I told him to go and look, and then he said, yeah, they're them. And now we are not very far from the track. We're about 20 meters away, away from the main track. So as these two guys, team and other Italian guy, and I told them personally, we are all safe now, we all go together. So rest of us, we start to go together. This Italian guy just went left. He said, I go my way. So he went.
Giampolo Corona. His name is
Yes,
Giampolo Corona.
Giampolo, yeah, Giampolo. Yes, you're right. So he went that way, and then for about 1 hour and a bit, I was looking where he's going. And after that, I had my Bharat, and I had my own job to do as well. So, and then he was disappeared. He was lost for 2 days. After 2 days, he was rescued, but he had a big frostbite. His arms were,
Almost
yeah,
hands
nose,
all
yeah,
over them.
hands and legs. And but while going up, as I heard a lot about him doing all these nine with 8,000-meter mountains without oxygen, and I was behind him. He was walking so slow. About 2 o'clock or 12 o'clock or something, about 2 hours below the summit, and I had a bit, I don't know, different with feeling, this feeling kind of, I don't know whether it was a strange feeling. I was also, just to check myself. I was using some cautions in within my mind to check whether my brain and my body is functioning, or is are they working together, kind of, And I was walking very slow just behind him, and yeah, this feeling was there for about 10 minutes or something, something different, strange feeling, And then just I spoke with this gentleman. I asked him, like, I heard a lot about you, without doing all these mountains without oxygen. Do you feel anything? He said, no, my legs get tight. That's what he said. He said nothing. So soon as he said that, no headache, no nothing, he said no. So this gone. Just the feeling after speaking to him. And then I just asked him, can I go ahead of you? He said, yes, you carry on. So, that after walking long days and all this, we got back to the summit, came about 2:15 at night. We are the last people to come down. And this Jean Fei, he was gone. He was missing. I don't know where he's gone and all this. So we got to the camp 4. Next day we came down to base camp, and so then he was with 7 summits, and he had this GPS or some device. They found his location. He was rescued the next day, long line rescue. And then when we came down, we went to see him in the hospital. He said, I should have listened to you. No matter, he personally told me, yeah, Bharat, then they were there as well. And he said, I should have listened to you. No matter how much mountains we climb, you're from the mountain. But that's what he said. So it was like after coming back from there, I had few days in Kathmandu. Then I thought, like, my body is well acclimatized. I should try another mountain. And I asked Peak Promotion Babudai, the owner, because I was there year before with this yeah, with Everest Massive Expedition. That was the agency for that was Peak Promotion. So I knew him. So I asked him, and also when we were doing the Annapurna, we are through we were through this Peak Promotion. So I asked Babu Dai when I came back, I want to do another mountain, Lhotse, if it's possible, but I don't have money now. I don't have money to give you now, but when I go back to Ladakh, work after finishing the season, I give you the money. So very, luckily he said yes, and him being nice and being nice, he said they said, oh, we charge you minimum whatever is possible because you also help in the Annapurna expedition. So they charged me a minimum they can do for, and then I managed to also went to fly there, and then I just because my body was acclimatized. Okay, so because I climb Annapurna on the 28th of April, and then I climb Lhotse on the 14th of May. So which means in 16 days, kind of two peaks without oxygen, peak to peak. Yeah, so that was all studied. And then last year in 2024, and Bharat was again planning this Dolagiri expedition, and I took pay minimum, and because it was boots and crampon expedition, so we were there about 7, 8, 8, 9 people or something like this from boots and crampon, and then unfortunately we couldn't get to the top because of the weather. We tides did 4 times summit push, but each time we had to some reason we had to come back because of this fresh snowfall, because of the avalanche and all this, and some of them were doing Everest and Lhotse out of that group. So we had to try one more time. The fourth time we did, and then we had to turn back because there was a big avalanche came down, and then all the Sherpas were also eager to go to Everest because so they can earn some more money. Yeah, one day Bharat said like, Rigzin, you should do Everest also. Yeah, I said yes, I like to do, but I don't have money now. But I will do. Save some money, but I will do. He said, I get your permit. That's what he said. I get your permit. It's okay. We talk about money later. So that's how it all happened. Then I managed to climb, I think, in 6, 7 days. But I was worried this time, because the highest we got in Dolagiri expedition was 6,400 meters, just above, little above KM2, not even KM3 we got to. So I was a bit worried that, last time because I did Annapurna, so my body was already been up to 8,000 meters above, and this time, I was doing Everest, like the highest mountain, and last I did was Lhotse. That's 2 years back, 1 year back, 2 years back, and that time my body was acclimatized, and that time Lhotse I had no problem. It was very good. Some reason, I felt very good, and I was also worried that it's another 300, bit more than a 300 meters higher than Lhotse as well, not acclimatized. What will happen? There was in mind something was going on, whether I should do it or not do it. And then that time we were with this Dolagiri expedition with Pioneer. So also when I went did the Everest, it was with Pioneer, and they were also not sure whether I can do it without oxygen or not. But they also, because I've done it 2 peaks without and all this, so they were little convinced that maybe I can do it. But he was asking, the Pasang sir was asking me, so I said, I give it a go. I don't know, it's mountain, how I can say I can do, and it any next day is a different day, any day. When I got to there were two Mongolians. They were doing without oxygen, and they disappeared. So I was also thinking there was also this thing where I can, I will be okay because of lack of acclimatization, and then this thing happened, and so I was not sure, kind of, but I stayed after reaching there 2 more nights at base camp, and the third night I had to go on to came to it. So at the end, as I thought, like, whatever happens, let just give it a go, kind of. Sangma thik chanok, that's we say everything's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I do it. I left from there base camp, then go to camp 2, camp 3, and camp 4. That day it was 23rd of May. 23rd, I think it was 23rd of May, yes. And it was a great day. I don't know, I felt nothing. I don't know, some reason it was Buddha Jayanti day. So I didn't know about that day. It was like, it's only when I came down I got to know it was that day. It was the Buddha Jayanti day, and came for I had a just normal sleep as I do in like here. I like just went to sleep without any disturbance. I was feeling much stronger there, and even the Sherpas goes. The owner was. I forgot his name. He was also there. He's a famous Sherpa as well. Rigzin Dai. तपाईँ त शेर्पा पनि तगडा छ. You're like stronger than Sherpas.
Yeah.
But it was, I don't know, it was best night, I can say. No problem, no sleeping was good, food was, everything was just as I didn't think of happened that day. It'll be so easy, so not easy, but it'll be so, and good and all
Doable.
this in term durable. Yeah, doable, and no breathless, no sleeping was good, and getting there on time and everything. And so, as I was doing without Sherpa, and in last peaks as well, I was just a Sherpa in extra Sherpa in the Annapurna, and then Lhotse without nobody, but there was one another person was climbing from Maharashtra. I forgot Jitender. He was climbing, so I just
Jitendra
you
Gaware.
know Jitender, yeah, I think I don't know. Remember his second name, but Jitender,
He's
yes,
a guy bodybuilder
yes, you're right. So I
from
just he
Pune.
was also going. Yeah, Pune.
So Giri
Pune,
Premi,
Pune,
Giri Premi.
Grape Emmy, yes. So I just went from there, and then so it Lotse I did it because he was going, so I just went followed, just left together with him as well, and so left about on the 22nd night. I left about 7:15 in the evening. I said to I forgot his name, but anyway, the owner there, Sherpa owner, I said, okay, I leave this time, and I just go on, and he said, yeah, okay. So I just went, and on the way, I also saw a body of a guy. Unfortunately, he was left by his guide, a Sherpa, day before, something like this, or a couple of hours before, and uh, I think he got to the summit or not. I don't remember, but it was just before the South Summit. Further, I think 2 hours before or something. I can't exactly remember, but I saw the body there. He was in his last kind of stage of his life. He was breathing at that time, but his hand was like this, so stiff moving. And there was one rescue team was there as well. Some guides, Sherpas were there, and then there was one foreigner who was trying to give him some dexamethasone, and so. But I felt also a bit selfish as well. You see somebody's dying there, but then I felt a bit not good. But then he had Sherpas who came there to take him down. So I thought, like, I'm not just leaving him behind, or there are rescue people to take him down as well. And but yeah, but to start with, the night climbing, I pray wherever I go, whichever mountain I go, I pray for three. Om Mane Padme Hum is to good for everyone. Om Mahum Banza Guru Pema Siddhi Hum is the Guru Padma Sambhava, his mantra to self protection. Om Tare Tutare Ture Soha means is the mantra of Tara, to not to to go through, or to not to come obstacles in your route or on your way. So I pray these three things any mountain that I go to, and then after that, ya konjok sumbuken. Konjok sumbuken is so this is a prayer
All will
that
be
we
well.
yes, and then I kind of go. Then I don't for don't think anything. Okay, so I did that. It was second window, so still there were many people there, but just slow but keeping moving. Nothing that we had to stop or or for traffic or something. So I just slowly went, and I got to the summit about 3:40 in the morning. So, and then soon as I prostrate. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be there. And Guru Padma Sambhava, his statue was there also. So I prayed and I said, thank you for, so prostrate 3 times and took some videos and photos and came down. And yeah, that's the journey so far. And so it was just, I never planned anything in my life that I do climb 8,000-meter mountains without oxygen. It's just nothing is planned in my life. It just happened. So yeah, so it's just like that. But then I haven't done that. I don't say that only I can only do it. No, anybody can do it. It's just you have to believe yourself, you have to train yourself, but also you have to understand the consequences that can, because I also think it's not fair with your family or partner or your anybody. Life is more important. But as long as we train for that, as long as we spend more time for doing that, believing, and just simply thinking that not taking putting your life in a risk. That was my plan. If I can't do it, I come back. It's okay. So that was my plan, and I go far as I can go and come back if I can. It's nothing wrong. It's not the end of my life. Life hasn't finished here. But I will learn from that. And
Monday,
so
Monday
yeah,
I will tell
definitely,
my
definitely.
story. I don't know if it is there written or
No,
not.
no, no, no.
It was
I'm
a lot
sure
of
there be.
training. It takes to climb an 8,000 because after
Sure.
7,000 meters, the altitude, air, everything is different.
It's different, yeah, sure, sure. So I'm sure 100%. Then it's just as I said, like it just need training. That's the most important. Acclimatize yourself, and gear is again very important. You should have a proper boot that you're feeling good in, comfortable. Boots is the most important. Gloves and all this, of course, is important, but little big is okay. you know but bigger is better actually. And any clothing you wear, it should be little loose because of circulation and all this in the mountains. So the I personally say, like, boots is the most important. It's like your tire for the car. If you're feeling good in that, crampon is good, your gear is good, then you have a special, extra energy. And so I was a bit worried about one time before South Summit on the wall. I hang myself up there, met some anchor, and I checked. My feet was very cold, left feet. So I removed my boots and everything, just check my, toes and all this functioning and all this. Then I, put it again, and then I continued. So it's like, it's very important. So it's just these things that sometimes is very important. If you just call, you continue, maybe you get forced by it. If you do feel something, so it's, having a spare socks and all these actually helped a lot as well. So I changed my wet socks. It was a bit wet, so I put new one, and then I continued and all these things. And it's as I said, I had a wonderful experience climbing Mount Everest, and it was a little easy. I felt easier than what I thought. So there was also some luck. As I said, the wind was very low there that day. It was sunny. It was not many people. I had to wait anywhere, and everything just went good.
I think you should try all the 14 big mountains
Ah,
without, because that's no Indian has done till now. Of course, we
yeah,
can't go to Pakistan at this moment. Maybe in our
sure.
lifetime, I don't know it happens or not. I think you
Yeah.
should do all these nine accessible mountains.
Yes, I will. That's my plan now, and maybe I will be trying next year for 2 more mountains, and Kanchenjunga and probably Dolagiri or some other mountain. But definitely I want to do Kanchenjunga. But as we know, these expeditions are so expensive, and I'm not from a very wealthy family or something. I'm from just a middle class family, and I'm a mountain guide as well. So we work seasonal kind of. Our job is very seasonal, so it's not like throughout the year I want to work if even though I have the feeling I can't work because it's no season there. Okay, so I mean the financial will be a little difficult. So, but I will give my 100% for the next year. That's to do Kanchenjunga and some other mountains as well. So, yeah, financially, if I get some support from the government, from anybody, and definitely I want to try all the mountains that is possible that I can do.
How you keep yourself not to get AMS? So how do you keep
Sure.
yourself properly acclimatized? How do you prevent the sickness?
I mean, for this, actually, thanks to my job, thanks to my clients who come here, that I have to take them up. So through them also, yeah, I stay acclimatized, I stay fit throughout the year. Maybe I climb, I normally climb 12 to 13 peaks in a year, sometimes 15, 16. I'm personally, I don't drink as when I walk, but I drink before I start.
Acha.
Okay, so in the morning, if I'm starting at 8 o'clock or to lead any trek or group or expedition, I drink quite a lot beforehand. I normally drink lukewarm water, garam pani. I make sure before that I check my pee whether it's yellow or
Ah.
it's clean. So I just kind of just examine myself, and then accordingly I kind of if I have to pee is yellow, then I
There is a
drink more.
preparation. There is a
Yeah,
preparation,
yeah,
or
yeah,
there
yeah,
is
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
plan. How do
Yes.
you check yourself to not to get
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
AMS?
There's also, there's blood circulation as well, checking your nails for how much caterpillar refill. So it's like, it's white, and then I leave it. It's how your circulation is like. After being guiding for many years, you get to know many things, just seeing through, going through your clients and checking them and all the things as well, learning more, doing these courses and medical courses, wilderness fast aid courses. So kind of, of course there's a preparation. I always say you have to think for the worst when you go to the mountain. So if this in mountain is not never like chalega, it never chalega. If you pay respect, then it will also respect you. Anything can happen anytime, so you have to prepare for that. So all the time is not bad time, but sometimes bad luck happens.
Incredible
Yeah.
journey you have actually. Nice, huh?
No, thank you.
It's amazing.
Yes.
I'm very happy that I met you, and
No, no, thank you. Thank
and
you.
once again, like heartful congratulations for
Thank you
making
very much.
this
Thank you
legendary
very
thing
much.
happen. So the
Correct.
entire journey of your starting as a climber, as a beginner to a man who climbed without oxygen to the Everest, without any small injury or not even a scratch on your skin. That's a story. That is something
Sure.
very inspiring, and
Sure.
it's a proven thing that we are not less than anybody else.
Yeah, sure, sure,
We're
sure.
actually stronger than the
Yeah.
European.
Yes.
That propaganda. We are not
No,
any less
sure.
than anything. So I
Sure, sure.
think this journey is a very inspiring, and it is a very important thing to highlight.
Thank
And
you.
that's what I wish for.
Yeah, it's all, as I said, you never know when the window will open. There's a time for everything. We sometimes don't know when the time is there. So just hope for the best and be positive and be, ready, kind of, not giving up.
LMGA,
Uh,
Ladakh Experience
yes.
Mountain Guide Association. You are the
Right.
president.
Okay. Yes.
So
I mean,
why is it
uh,
formed, and what LMGA is formed for?
see, I mean, this is going back in 2017. We no 2014. I told you, with Indian Air Force. I
Yeah.
was mostly in. It was in May or something. So all the Sherpas, all the guides, climbing guides, were mostly Ladakhi in that expedition, and some like senior very guy, guides. And then we discussed, and then we should form an association. Um, for different reasons. One was to have the mountain clean, to keep the mountain clean, and another aim was to make this profession a profession, not just like In those days, what used to happen, if you speak English, you become guide. It was there before. And it was more kind of, if you know owner of the company, you get more chance. You're a cousin of somebody or all this. So we want to do because of this also. And then third, also client safety, because in all this people used to, sometimes people leave their clients behind the guides and then come down and all these things. As a guide, you cannot just by doing also the courses, you cannot lead people or in the mountains, because to be a guide you have to have some specific uh, ideas, knowledge, many other things as well. You have to be good in communication, you have to be good in leadership skills, you have to be good in understanding, decision making, respecting mountains, keeping clean. So many other things are there. And then also we wanted to help the younger generation who want to become a guide, to show them some steps and show them some, give them some guidance and all these things as well. So that's why we formed that. After forming that, in a couple of years we kind of did quite a good job as well. We are lots of us in the association. We are about 70 to 80 people as well, but out of that 35 to 40 people are mountain guides, rest are taking guides. And to be a mountain guide you need more experience, more good in lots of things as well, fixed rope and other things as well, in rope work and managing groups and decision making and all these things. And so we also been helping the young people to you know sponsoring them as well. So LMGA sponsors three uh, like trekking guides to become a mountain guide for their basic course as well. We also been helping some of our I'm very proud to say as well, two of our guides from Ladakh LMGA. They're you know about to finish their international mountain guide certification, which is the first in India.
Who can
You know,
apply in LMGA? If anybody can apply there,
No,
or
no,
what is
no.
it?
No. It's
It's only
specifically
for
it's for
Ladakhis.
Ladakhis only. It's only for Ladakhis. Okay, and now from this year, all the guides, whoever comes from Nepal or Garhwal or Kumaon or anywhere, Himachal, they have to have a LMGA card, Ladakh Mountain Guide Association card. On which it mentioned, if he's a mountain guide, then mountain guide. If it's a trekking guide, then trekking guide. Okay, so for different reasons, again, the reasons I told you to form the association, that we, for client safety, to keep the environment clean, the mountain clean, and also whether they're experienced enough to take people up in the mountains. Do they have the right courses? They have done all this qualification, experience, how many years of experience he or she has. Accordingly, we give them. We just check everything anyway, but just to make sure they're guides. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's you are actually organizing things which are very cluttered there. I want you to give a message to India. Yes,
Oh,
yes,
message
yes.
would be, we have to think a lot about the mountains. Yeah, is their glacier, melting so much, and whatever any every individual can make a difference. So I just request all of my mountain lovers or friends and whoever are listening me, please do consider, we have to, the glaciers are melting, and really there's global warming is there. So whatever, whichever way we can do something to impact it less, we should do it. And I request, please, you also do it as well. Thank you, and never give up. And as I said, everybody have a time. As maybe there right now you're not going through good things, but I'm definitely sure there'll be day when everything will be going right way, and positive way. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot for
Thank you very much.
taking this long time and then giving that kind of experience and then sharing your story.
Thank you very much.
And
Thank you.
someday I will also come and meet you in person, and then we'll try to do some climbing, some good.
Sure, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for inviting me and on this talk. Thank you very much. Had a wonderful experience as well. Thank you.
Incredible people of India. Thanks for tuning in. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Stay tuned for more inspiring stories and exciting podcast. Until next time.